Yo, what is up? Good morning. I just finished the first half of my morning routine, did a cold shower, did some push-ups, and people ask me all the time, they're like, dude, what do you eat in a normal day? What does it look like for you? Are you just eating the same thing like all the time? Do you have any sort of sweets, sugars? Do you cheat at all? Like, what does that look like for you? And so I figured today I would show you guys exactly what a day in my life looks like as far as the food that I eat and more importantly, what I actually drink, because for the first half of the day, I don't really eat anything. I like to intermittent fast. It helps me stay locked in mentally and also just gives me the freedom knowing that, hey, if I don't have food, I'm going to be okay. And I also like to eat a lot of food. And so what I mean by that is like I like to feast. I don't like to have a bunch of small little meals. I'd rather eat and feel full. And so in order to accomplish that and not be way over on my calories or anything like that. I don't track calories. I just know that if I eat a lot, I'll be over on the amount of calories I should have. If I do that for multiple meals a day, like 3 meals a day, I'm going to start gaining weight. And I don't want to do that. So I cut it to like 1.5 to 2 meals a day. But in the first half, all I do is drink water, drink Shilajit, and drink some coffee. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like, and also just bring you along for a little bit of my day. So let's go. Wanted to get a little cozy, so I put on a hoodie after doing the push-ups and everything. But first thing I do every single morning is I come to my reverse osmosis water filter and I drink about 2 pints of water. I don't know how much this is. I think a pint is 12 ounces. I don't know. I don't really track how much I drink. I just drink based off of how thirsty I am, and I like to front load my hydration. So I drink most of my water during the first half of the day and when I'm working out, and then as the evening rolls around, I drink less water because I don't want to be waking up in the middle of the night to pee. So I take that and I add some mineral salt. So I'll do, like I said, 2 glasses of that, and as I'm making that, I prepare my Shilajit, which I just made. So I have my handy dandy coffee mug with my Shilajit in it. So that's just a bunch of minerals. I take that every single morning. Helps me with my immune system, helps me with my hormone stability and whatnot. And I like to just stay as hydrated as I can in the mornings. I don't really eat anything. I'll generally wait until at least noon before I eat anything, unless I'm going to be training. So today I'm going to go train, I think around 1. And so about an hour before that, I'll have some food because I'm going to do some calisthenics and then I'm going to go for a run. And so to do that much stuff, I'm going to need to have some carbs in my system. So I'll show you guys what I'm making. I'll probably actually need to stop at the store because I don't think I have what I need. So I'm going to have to go run to the store. But I take off for vacation tomorrow for Christmas, meeting up with my family in Arizona. And so I don't really have that much food here. I've been trying to get through all of it. So we'll go run down to the store and make sure I get what I need. But yeah, I don't drink coffee in the morning either. If I drink it right when I wake up, I just get like super jittery and I don't like that feeling. So ideally, I like to say, hey, no free coffee. You got to earn that shit. So whether you do something before drinking your coffee to actually earn it, or you drink the coffee so that you can go do something. So you're kind of in debt. So like, let's say I drink the coffee and then I go work out. I use the coffee and the caffeine to hype me up and to get me all energized so that I could go have an early workout. Or I wake up, go do something. I go for a walk, go for a run, go work out. And then I come back home and then I have my coffee. I earned my coffee. So I don't believe in like waking up, just drinking a cup of coffee so that you can sit down and read the newspaper. That is for old people. And we are young. We don't need that type of energy to read the newspapers, so we don't take it. So I'll generally, like I said, I'll wait a couple hours before I do any caffeine. And I also notice that when I do a workout and I get all of like the jitters out of my body just from working out, once I have the coffee, it's less of a like jitteriness in my body and less of a physical stimulation and more just like a mental stimulation. So my brain is firing because I got all the stress out of my body. So I just find it helps me a lot more with the overall like effect from the caffeine that I get. And I'll show you something else that I do with my coffee that helps a lot as well. But that's it, a lot of liquid. I pee a lot in the beginning of the day because I'm drinking so much water, but it's good. That means you're hydrated. Your body needs, water to function. So, and that's the other thing. That's why I use a reverse osmosis filter, because the water like that you get from the tap, it's got a bunch of shit in it. It's got a bunch of contaminants. I don't want that in my system, right? So I use a reverse osmosis water filter that takes out pretty much everything from the water. And then that's why I add the salt back in to remineralize it. But on top of that, I want the extra electrolytes. So that is kind of what the morning routine looks like. All right, so just stopped at the grocery store. It's been a couple hours. I've just been working, and I watched a little bit of the Penn State SMU football game. But I picked up some Greek yogurt, some organic. They only had this one, so snagged that one. I pretty much always go to the same grocery store, and today I didn't. And I hate walking around like not knowing where anything is. It took me way longer than it should have, and they don't have the stuff I normally get, but that's okay. I got some cottage cheese for my eggs that I'm going to make later that I'll show you guys, and then I'm going on a road trip tomorrow that's going to be like a 7-hour drive, so I picked up some beef jerky. That'll be for snack on the road trip. And then I picked up some dark chocolate. I have a sweet tooth. I like to snack on stuff like that, so I'm not going to eat the whole bar during the road trip, but I definitely will have a couple chunks. So it is 11:37. I'm going to go work out in like 45 minutes. And I make pretty much the same breakfast every single morning, regardless of what I'm doing. If I'm not going to be training this early, I'm going to be training later. I would just have a coffee right now, and I would save this for a couple hours later. I'm not really that hungry right now, but again, I don't want to train fasted. So what I do is I have no idea how much Greek yogurt this is, but I know that 3/4 of a cup is 22 grams. This is definitely more than that. I'd say it's probably closer to a cup of yogurt. So 22 grams of protein there. Then I take this protein, which is 21 grams of protein. So this is probably, let's just call that 25 grams plus 21. So 46 grams of protein in this, which is like the easiest protein that I'll get all day. Other than that, I'm just gonna finish this off. Other than that, this is like the only protein powder that I use. Other than that, all my protein that I get is from actual food. So I just mix this all up, takes a little bit, and then I'm gonna add some berries and a banana. I like to get most of my protein from food though, just because it's more bioavailable. My body is gonna receive it better. There's less junk in it. Even though this protein is super clean, it's the only protein that I really like to use. There's a couple others that I kind of have messed around with, but this is just my favorite as far as like taste and simplicity goes. It's literally protein, cacao, and stevia. So it makes the yogurt taste really good. And the thing that this helps me a lot with is I have a crazy sweet tooth. I could eat candy for days, but this tastes like almost chocolate ice cream to me. And I'll actually even add some honey on top of this just for the extra carbs before we're going to work out. So I got that, that's all mixed up. But yeah, it just keeps me from wanting to like eat an entire tub of ice cream or have a bunch of chocolate or candy or things like that. Because I very easily could do that if I wanted to. So I'll add a good amount of blueberries. Bada bing, bada boom. Put that back in the freezer. Mix these in a little bit. And then top it off with a blueberry and some honey. And as any good chef does, you gotta take a couple taste tests while you're making it. And then take the spoon and just use this to cut the banana. Boom, boom, boom. And just like that. 1 sec. And then you add this. This is literally my favorite honey I've ever found. I get it at Sprouts. It's called Heavenly Organics. It's white honey, 100% organic, raw and unfiltered. But I just take a giant scoop of that and then try my best to like spread it around and not get giant chunks like I'm doing right now. But this is like one of my main carb sources, especially before I run. I'll just have some honey because it's quick, it's easy, it's light, it's easy on the stomach. It's not super heavy like if I'm having oatmeal. I don't ever really eat oatmeal anyways, but this is just like my favorite. So it's not the most aesthetic as I normally make it, but check that out. This tastes so freaking good. I eat it literally every single day. And that's honestly like one of my secrets for staying in shape is finding foods that I love that taste really, really good that I can eat every single day, that I don't feel the need to stray away from. And as a result of doing that, it makes staying in shape for me effortlessly because I know that I'm getting my protein. I know that it's going to be within my calories and I don't have any cravings after it because it hits all of my desires. So that's my secrets for you guys. Find something that you love, that's got a lot of protein, that tastes good, and that you want to eat every single day. All right, so that yogurt bowl stood no chance. I absolutely just obliterated that. Normally, instead of that yogurt bowl, I'd have a coffee, but because I'm gonna go work out, that's why I had the yogurt bowl before. But now I'm gonna have a coffee, so it's like my pre-workout to going to go work out. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I'm gonna go do some calisthenics, and then I'm gonna go on like a 4-mile run. For this, it's nothing special. I just use an espresso machine. I have the metal pods, not the plastic pods, because I don't want to be just leaching microplastics into my body via espresso. But this thing's just so convenient. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I move, if I'm gonna keep something like this or get something a little bit nicer. But you literally just go like this, push a button, and then boom, coffee comes out. Let me show you what I do to make it even more delicious though. That just finished, and then I take about a tablespoon of butter and I let it melt in there. Come on, there we go. And then all you gotta do is take a frother, froth that puppy up, and it tastes so freaking good when you add the butter. I love it. One last thing before I go hit this calisthenic workout and run, I want a couple more carbs. So I'm gonna have some of these dates. Should have 29 grams of carbs per 9 servings, which is 3 dates. So 3 dates, 29 carbs. I don't track any of my calories or carbs again. I'm just telling you guys this because I feel like some of you guys like it, but I don't track my calories. I don't track my macros. The only thing I like loosely care about and track is my protein. But I'm gonna down these guys and then go ahead and work out. Here, knees up and over the bar. And it's as simple as that. All right, well, I just got back from a 4-mile run and I did calisthenics for like 45 minutes. I forgot to record some stuff because I was making a reel on how to do a muscle up. So if you go on my Instagram, you can see that. But I just got back home and I'm gonna be making a very typical like lunch / dinner for me. This is gonna be a late lunch. It's 4 o'clock right now. And then I'll eat again right around like 8 o'clock. Let me show you what it is. So in here, I got some leftover sweet potatoes that I made the other night. So I'll reheat those. I got some 8515 ground beef. I got some eggs and I got some cottage cheese that I'll add to the eggs for some extra protein, and just the dairy in it, like the cream is nice with the eggs. It makes it taste really good. And then I'll whip up some zucchini with some olive oil and salt and pepper, and it's freaking fuego. So I'll whip this all up real quick and I'll show you guys what it looks like. I swear all the time, like people overcomplicate cooking, especially guys, or they just don't know how. And if you just learn a couple basics, it's really simple. Like this meal I'm about to make, it's not complicated at all. It takes me probably 15 minutes to cook. And I just know a couple little things to do. So literally with the zucchini, I chop it up, I heat up a pan, throw some olive oil in it, and then top these with salt and pepper. And it tastes so delicious. And then, and then I will throw in the ground beef, cook the ground beef. Once that's done, I dump it out, throw in the eggs with the cottage cheese, and that's ready in like 5 minutes. So this is literally super, super simple, and the meal itself tastes delicious. And when I cook it, people think I know how to cook, when really I just know how to do a couple things, and I'm just heating up some pans, throwing some, I'm not gonna use olive oil, I'm actually gonna use butter. After getting back from working out, I just wanna make sure I get a good amount of protein, so I'll have like half a pound of the ground beef, and then I'll have the other half for dinner tonight. And then I'll also make some rice for dinner tonight. I'll do more zucchini, and I'll probably have something pretty similar to this. I don't really have that much food right now again, just because I'm gonna be leaving for a trip. So I'm trying to go through like all of my food. But yeah, just take this and then plop, plop, plop. This is a thick ass zucchini. Fun fact for you guys, zucchini is actually a fruit. Most people don't know that. Yeah, just take that. It fits basically perfectly. Boom, boom. Then I take this Redmond's real salt, go like this, get some salt on it. Then I take my pepper, get the pepper. You can add any of the seasonings you want, but I literally do salt and pepper for pretty much everything. I'll show you what I do for the ground beef because I think it's pretty good, but it's super simple. I'll let that go for like a couple minutes on each side. And while that's going, I'm gonna get this locked and loaded, ready to rip. Go like that. I go salt, go pepper, umami, which I just learned is like its own flavor profile. Like there's spicy, sweet, sour. Umami is one of them. And then I do cayenne, which gives it a little bit of a kick, which I like. And then I finish everything off with garlic powder. Just a little bit of everything. And that's personally what I like. I think it makes it taste really good. And then this is the little secret I do. I just kind of press the meat down like this in every direction. First I'll go up and down, then I go side to side, then I go diagonal. And I feel like it just lets the seasoning like really soak into the meat. And then let this side cook, flip it, let that side cook, and then I smash it all up again. Boom. 2, 3. That yolk. So, oh god. It ain't hard to get protein in the day if you do it right. Take a good amount of this. Probably more than a quarter cup, but I'm trying to use a good amount because I'm going to be gone. And I don't want to just sit in the refrigerator. So, and then you just go like this. It's like a damn cooking channel over here. It's almost like soup. But that's because of all the cream. The eggs. Now I'll add the ground beef and sweet potatoes. Then I heat it up. With the zucchini, which looks so freaking good. It took me probably 15 minutes tops to cook this up. And it's gonna taste, it's gonna taste freaking delicious. So I've found that the simpler I keep my meals, the better they taste. If I try to get funky with it, one, it takes more time, and then two, it's just, I don't think it tastes as good. So I keep it really simple. My meal for breakfast was around 50 grams of protein. This here, half a pound of ground beef is like 45 grams of protein. 4 eggs is another 25 grams of protein. So what is that, 70 grams? So we're at like 120 right now for the day. So I want to get another, anywhere from like 50 to 80 for my last meal. So that's the thing, like I feel like I don't eat that much. and I'm able to still get a lot of protein because my main focus when I eat is protein. In between this and dinner, I'll probably have like an apple and an orange. Just because I like to have something sweet. But you don't gotta overcomplicate it like this. If you guys could eat this right now, it tastes insane. It's got a bunch of micronutrients, so it'll keep me full. If I really wanted to, I wouldn't even have to eat dinner, but I like to eat and I wanna hit my protein goal. So that's what I'll do. But this hits every single time. It's literally, I can make the exact same thing for dinner, and I'm probably gonna make something kind of close, and it will satisfy all of my needs. And then I'll show you guys what I'm doing for dessert. I might go kind of crazy, just because again, I wanna get rid of food before this vacation. We'll see. Right after I ate dinner, I didn't film it, but I had an apple, and then I'm kind of thirsty right now, but instead of drinking water, I'm gonna have 2 oranges. One, because I want the sugar, but then 2, it's also pretty hydrating. So I'll cut these up, eat these. I try to get a good amount of my water from fruit. So I had the apple earlier. And then I also obviously drink a lot of water. But like I said earlier, I like to try and front load most of my water. That way when I'm sleeping at night, I'm not waking up a bunch to pee. So I'm gonna put down these oranges, and then I'll probably eat again in another 2 hours. I mean, look at that, come on. My mouth's watering just looking at it. All right, so I'm about to whip up some dinner real quick. And first things first, I'm getting some rice going. If you guys don't have a pressure cooker, I would get one because you can literally make rice in like 15 minutes. All I do, rice, water, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of butter. Throw that thing on and just click white rice. And then boom, like 15 minutes and it's good to go. While that's going, I'm gonna whip up the ground beef. I'm gonna heat that back up, and then I'm also gonna do a pepper. I think I'm gonna go with the orange one. All right, so for this, really simple, I just cut up some peppers and then threw it in this pan with the ground beef, and I heated it up, and we're ready to rock. The rice just got done cooking, so I'm gonna throw it in a bowl, mix it all up, show you guys what it looks like. And this is what it looks like after I combine everything, added in an avocado. And this is another like 50 grams of protein almost. So I'll chow this down, and then I'll top it off with some dessert after, and I'll show you guys what that looks like. All right, so to cap everything off, normally I would just have some dark chocolate. This one's from Trader Joe's. I don't go to Trader Joe's that often. I normally go to Sprouts, so I don't normally get this one, but it's the one I have right now. I didn't have eggs with that last meal, which would have added another like 25 grams of protein, more or less. And I didn't have any cottage cheese. I forgot to factor in the cottage cheese for the protein earlier today. But regardless, so I wanted to get a little bit more protein in. Normally I would have had some eggs with that, but I just literally forgot. So I'm doing another yogurt bowl. This time no berries, just because I don't feel like it. And I had another orange after the second one. I had a third one, then I had an apple. I've already had a bunch of blueberries and a banana today, so I'm just gonna chow this down. Plus I wanted to get rid of most of that yogurt before leaving on my trip tomorrow. But again, I don't track or weigh out any of my food. I don't know how many calories I had today, but I know I had around 190 to 200 grams of protein. So that's pretty much my goal, what I want to hit every single day. The only thing that really fluctuates is how much fruit that I'll have, really. Today, I think because I ran, I was extra thirsty, and so I wanted some apples and some bananas and some oranges. So that's what I did. But I like to live this way. I don't like to be super restricted by measuring everything out and having to constantly think about how many calories I've had and whatnot. I just know based off of the same type of meals that I eat every single day, how much I'm able to eat with how much I'm working out to either maintain, bulk, or cut without having to track anything. And the reason that I'm able to do that is just because I'm super consistent with the types of foods that I eat. I only eat whole foods, so they're a lot more satiating and they're just cleaner, so I feel better. And I don't feel the need to like ever snack on a bunch of potato chips or candy or things like that. So I'm gonna chow this down, and then I gotta pack for this trip that I'm leaving pretty early tomorrow morning. I got like a 7-hour drive ahead of me. It's like chocolate pudding. It's basically a nightcap, but yeah, I'm finishing up some laundry so I can pack. I'm gonna clean up this place before I leave. That way when I come back, it's nice and clean. But I hope you guys enjoyed the what I eat in a day, and let me know what kind of questions you got. If you want to see a breakdown of more foods that I eat, let me know, and I'll show you guys what another day looks like. But until next time.